I'm back. I opted to do kind of a part two to this whole video with the 2012 Wilderness Ride or Wilderness Systems Ride 135. A few other little features that I was really just kind of pointing out or wanting to point out. And actually I kind of figured out on this front hatch, you'll remember in the other video I'd mentioned something about a couple of loops. They're actually mounted on the underside of these, kind of up in the hole here, and they, I don't know if you can see them without a light down here, but they're basically right there. I can't really see it, but basically it's pretty obvious if you think about it much. It's just for lashing gear in, keeps it from sliding back in the hole, which I mean, it has a cavernous amount of storage there. Definitely enough if you guys are like me and you want to do some overnighters or weekend, or even honestly you could do week-long trips, you know, especially if you plan your gear right and stuff. But yeah, it's got plenty of storage space. Like I mentioned earlier, I can fit 4 rods down either side really. I just picked this particular side for whatever reason, but you can fit 4, 5, maybe even 6 rods in it. Just on one side alone. You know, you could even do the other if you really wanted to. But you know, you got plenty of storage for gear. And you know, I mentioned on the front hatch where it had the little seal, which I thought was a possible improvement that they had across past year models. This hatch actually has a seal as well, right here. Seems to do a pretty good job. It's actually pretty airtight. I noticed this because when I stand on this boat, like if it's on the garage floor here, this flexes a little bit, not much, just a little bit, but I am a heavy guy. When this flexes, it kind of presses down and it pushes a little bit of air out, and you can just barely hear it whistling out. And I mean, it's not a quick whistle either. It's, you know, you can definitely tell it's still under a little pressure, so that's really good, and it kind of you know, gives a good testament to how well these gaskets actually do work in this particular hatch. And also in this hatch, it actually has similar loops to the front hatch. So, you know, you can lash your gear in here so it doesn't slide forward or after the hull and possibly lose it, which, you know, if you do, you can just tilt the boat. But, you know, it's pretty easy just to lash stuff in there. You may be even, you know, be able to lash a small basket or something in there. Now, one thing that I would like to see, and I know I don't stand alone on this, is I would love to see Wilderness Systems come out with a locking mechanism, whatever, for this hatch. It's got to be remarkably simple. I mean, you know, it's a pretty easy little lever there. I would love to see it. You know, they don't have to do it standard on the boats because not everybody wants it, but I would love to see that be able to lock. You know, obviously it's not going to prevent, you know, really persistent thieves or whatever, but it gives you that little bit extra security, because when you've got a, you know, this boat, let's be honest, it's a big boat. You know, it weighs close to 90 pounds, especially if you've got it all rigged out and you've got all your rods and stuff in it and all your gear. It's going to weigh over 100 pounds. It's on top of a truck. You know, if a thief is wanting to get your stuff, you know, it's going to be pretty hard to get up there and take a 100-pound boat off, and, you know, quietly and easily. So, you know, with your stuff stored in there, just be a little bit extra added security. You know, the rods are out of sight, out of mind. A lot of us, you know, we spend $200-300 just on a rod alone. You know, who knows how much you spend on a reel. So it's nice just to have that little bit extra added security, even if it's sitting at the ramp or a put-in, you know, and you got your back turned. It'd be nice to have it locked up. You know, maybe if you go to the bathroom or something. And it would be really easy to do on these hatches. And so, you know, if you're listening out there, Wilderness Systems, I'd love to see a lock for these. If you do put a lock on it, give me credit, or give me a shout out, something. Anyhow, I've not actually had this boat out on the water yet, but it is a wide boat, and I am a big guy. I am 6'4", 300 pounds, give or take, you know, depending on the day, whatever. And I'm, you know, not the most nimble person on my feet, but, you know, I've got pretty good balance and stuff, and I am working on, you know, hopefully standing in this sometime once I get on the water. But where I am 6'4", one problem I've run into with other boats is legroom. This boat, I do not have that problem. It's just got a crazy amount of space here in the main sitting area of their cockpit. These pegs are adjusted. I was actually just sitting in the boat, and the seat was actually, and actually I'll show you how this thing adjusts. The seat was actually slid forward, actually more than that, and my legs weren't bent very much at all, so there's plenty of room. And actually, when you have the seat scooted forward, you've got a pretty good amount of room back there to stick a dry bag full of gear or whatever. And you know, I love this seating, or this seat. This is the Phase 3 seating, and it's just excellent, excellent seating. It's got the bungee cords back here. You can't really see it because it's dark, but they do kind of help with this whole system. And see how it automatically goes back. So that's pretty cool. This boat's got a lot of just little features that you don't really think about, or like in the first video I just looked over, whatever, and they're really awesome, and you can tell there's a lot of thought's been put into this boat. You know, the Ride series has been on the market for a couple years, but you know, you can tell they've really tried to, you know, keep up with the times and update the boat as much as possible. You do have the scupper holes here, which some guys are taking like foam golf balls and stopping them up when they're on lakes and stuff. I don't really anticipate it being a big problem. This is particularly cool. You got little indents here. You can lay crankbaits, whatever, in there, and kind of keep your lures organized a little bit and laying around for quick retrieval. You know, got your automatic or self-draining cup holder in case, you know, you get condensation or river water, whatever, building up, it'll drain out there. And then you've got this flat area, which I'm actually going to put a Scotty rod mount, and then I'm going to mount me a probably a Humminbird Primax fish finder right there. And if you look around at some of the blogs, one of my favorites being the Palmetto Kayak fishing blog, he actually makes a battery holder that mounts just inside the hull right here, and it powers his fish finder and whatever other accessories he might have. And it's, you know, it's a 6-volt or 12-volt battery, and in a waterproof box, and it's pretty nifty. My overall impression of this boat is I really got a steal on this. I ordered it from Austin Kayak, or Austin Canoe Kayak, and I got it on sale for $850 with free shipping. This much boat, 13 feet 6 inches, I believe 31 and a half inches wide, with this many features, I can't say enough about the Orbix hatches. They're great. You know, the gear tracks are awesome. I mean, this many features on this boat, $850 is an absolute steal. I mean, I would pay, I think the normal MSRP on them is maybe $950 or maybe even $1,000. I would gladly pay that for this boat. It's just an incredible value. Like I said, it is heavy. It's 88 pounds, but it's almost 14 feet long. And when I see something that weighs that much, I know it's been built right. It's built heavy, yes, but that also means it's going to be durable. Wilderness Systems, you know, they come from the same parent company as Dagger, make great boats. I expect the same awesomeness out of this boat as I would a Dagger. Now, one little quick note here that I didn't cover on the last video is, you know, this rod holder. This is a Ram 2007 rod holder, and I got it from the Hook One guys, and it comes actually with the ball itself, and pretty nifty. You know, you can pretty much angle it any way you want to. Will hold bait casters or spinning reels. Has the locking mechanism, so kind of locks your rod in there, especially if you're trolling or something, you don't want to knock it out. And it's super easy, super quick to remove. You just give it a little twist like that, and then you slide it out, and that's it. Pretty awesome. I love the gear track system. I'm going to get plenty more accessories for it, get me a couple more rod holders, maybe even get a bigger cup holder, you never know. But it's really, really awesome, and I really can't say enough good things about this boat. Like I said, it's made for big boys like me, and I mean, of course it'll fit the smaller guys too, and especially the more nimble guys won't have a problem standing up in it. Big guys like me, yeah, but working on it, and I'm pretty confident that given my balance, I'll be able to stand in this boat. Initially getting up there, it's a different story, but we'll work on it. But I do love it, and honestly, with a seat as comfortable as the Phase 3 sitting or system, you really won't want to stand up a whole lot other than just maybe get a better visual on some fish or something, or to stand up and stretch. But other than that, it's really comfortable. You can sit all day in it, and I just love it. It's a great boat. But my only other additions I'm going to do, obviously I may add another rod holder and my fish finder with a Scotty mount in the center. And then I'll probably add some of the STS or the silent traction system to it, just to kind of quieten it down a little bit, because it is, plastic boat. It's going to be a little loud, might spook the fish, might not, you never know. But kind of want to add it just to quieten it down a little bit, and maybe add a little bit of traction in the process. You never know, once I get to stand in this boat, might want to use it. So anyhow, I believe I've pretty much covered everything. But yeah, if you're definitely considering this boat, get it. I do not regret it one bit, and I think you'll feel the same. Thanks.